Hello, my people. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. It all depends on where you are hearing us from. From here, it's a good evening. Please join the conversation of our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. Yes, so many questions thrown at him. He was able to respond accordingly, and he's giving much courage to people. People are getting encouraged, seeing Simon Ekpa. In fact, God will help us because nobody knew that this thing will happen this way. Let's hear him out.
Welcome to the program. Good evening from here. There is too much noise from your end.
Can you hear? Is it clear now?
Yes, clear now. Go ahead.
Is it clear now?
Very, very clear.
Okay. So please, my question goes like this. The 2 weeks sit at home, the Biafra government leader wants to give, I'm in support of it, 100%.
Great.
Let it go ahead. But one thing I want to say, that something that will touch Nigeria to the bone, that will force them to lead our leader. What if the Biafra government is implement that all the oil pipeline leading to Nigeria?
Don't worry. What you need to do is to ask questions. That it is not to suggest. We know what we are doing. So just ask questions and make a comment. There are not everything you come and start saying here. We know our strategies. And if you have advice to give, you can forward it to the government in exile, go to the website and contact them and then send it to if you have any suggestion. It's not coming to line and talk about bombing pipeline or blowing pipeline and all that. We know how to fight Nigeria, and we are fighting Nigeria very well. And so the issue of this civil disobedience, if you have a question there, you can ask, but now you don't have a question, so you're supporting it. And that's exactly what we're expecting from every Biafran back home. Thank you.
Oh, okay, no problem. No, I'm in support of the sit at 200%. I'm in support.
Thank you very much. And then also understand that, he left. All right. I hope somebody else will ask that question so I can explain something more.
Hello.
Hello. You're welcome to the program.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening from here.
Hello.
Can you go ahead? I'm listening to you.
Okay. Good evening, Margaret.
Good evening.
Yeah. There's a question I want to ask that is bothering me. This biggest mosque that is in Bayelsa, what are you going to do in Biafra community?
This what?
The biggest mosque they say that is in Biafra, in Bayelsa State, in Biafra land. What are you going to do with it in Biafra community?
Please ask me a question that has to do with the restoration of Biafra. You don't need to ask me a question about religion and all that. We are allowing everybody to practice their religion so long as it is not posing a threat to us. So we are not here to ban people from practicing their religion. We know what we are doing. This is freedom fighting. We are not here to impose laws at this point. So let us get the freedom first before you talk about mosque. So now we are talking about the kind of question that will add to what we are doing, not a question of a futuristic fake question. So please, if you have a question that has to add to the restoration or to the liberation of Biafra, you bring it. And then also, if you have a question concerning what we have done so far and what we are doing and what we say we are going to do, you bring it forward. Not question about mosque or anything like that. We don't entertain that kind of question here, please. I hope you understand me. Thank you very much. All right. People must understand that even if you get to Biafra, you are not alone. You are not going to live in this world alone. So we have, more civilized way of handling things. So because you cannot just come now, you are fighting for Biafra, and then so everything should go down and that's not about much. Ask question about important thing, please. You're welcome to the program.
Sorry, the first call. You wanted to speak to me.
Okay, okay. What I would say is that the sit at home, is going to serve many purposes. Okay.
Okay.
One of the best purposes going to serve is to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The second purpose is going to serve, which is another very important purpose, is to prove to the world that the Biafra people are no longer loyal to Nigeria.
Okay.
Number three thing is going to serve is to also legitimize the Biafra government in exile, which shows that they control the territory of Biafra from exile.
Yeah.
So that's what we intend to achieve in that 2 weeks sit at home. And every Biafran that wants freedom must support, knowing these particular three factual things that I've mentioned now, must do everything to support the sit at home and see that it is successful.
Yeah.
It's going to change everything that we have done for many years.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much. God bless you. Just keep up your good work. God is your strength.
Thank you. Amen.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Go ahead. You're welcome to the program.
Yeah. Mazi, I'm just calling to congratulate you for what you are doing.
Thank you.
And every eye have seen that you are real. You are a good guy. So my calling is on the sit at home.
Yes.
That we sit at home must be observed by everybody.
Yes.
And I thank God that everybody has seen it.
Yes.
And those that don't believe in Biafra, they have seen that Biafra has come.
Exactly.
So to continue, God will bless you.
Amen.
And any hand that will rise up against you, the Almighty God will destroy them.
Amen.
We are behind you.
Amen.
They are behind you. Nothing will happen to you.
Amen. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Biafra is here. Keep the good work going.
I told you people that
God bless you.
I told you people that from March or from February, you will begin to see the green light of Biafra, right? Oh, we lost him. All right. I told you people, remember that March, you will be to see the green light of Biafra. And if you are not seeing it now, then it means you are not telling the truth to yourself. I want you all to also remember there is a development from the other side. Those who are fighting the West and America, they have a development. It's a new development. And they are ready to help any African country that want to have their freedom and all that. And believe me, we are going to benefit from anything that has anything to offer the freedom of the African people. You're welcome to the program.
Good evening, Your Excellency.
Good evening. You're welcome to the program.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you live and direct.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Are you not hearing me?
Okay, yes, I can hear you now.
All right.
Good evening.
Good evening from here.
And good evening, fellow comrades. Yes, I have one question.
Go ahead.
And this question is based on the Police Service Commission. Will the Police Service Commission be based on the federal level or within the state? Should community or state control their police, or is it going to be a federal property? That's my question.
Police in Biafra land, even though I am not the one that is going to make the decision, but I know police in Biafra land can never be under the federal, can never be, that particular power is going to be devalued. Devaluation of power. State will control their also goes down to district and all the small autonomies. So, and we are going to, okay. I'm going to personally, because you cannot fight for freedom and allow people to rubbish the freedom when the freedom comes. So I will take it as part of my contribution that I'm going to, write a proposal on the Police Service Commission, or whatever you call it, will be operated. One is that it is not going to be under the federal. Two is that it is going to be state controlled. Three is that every policeman who is going to serve in the state must be an indigenous police. He must be an indigene. Okay. He must be an indigene of that place to serve in that police department.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So this is what I'm going to propose. Thank you.
I will stand by to listen.
Thank you very much. All right. And we know when, of course, if you are watching and listening to me giving answers, you can also ask questions from the answer I gave. It's not clear, for me to clear the answer I've given so far. So it is very important you follow and listen. Why did I say this? What do I expect to get from this? These models is working very perfectly in Finland, for example. The model I've just explained now is the model that Finland is using. So we're going to adopt the best model that will solve the issue of insecurity in our land.
My general.
You're welcome to the program.
My general, Simon Ekpa.
You're welcome to
this is good. This is good marriage.
Yes, the good man.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. I'm proud of you, sir.
Thank you very much.
I just want to tell you, so 2 weeks sit at home.
Yes.
That I'm yet to know exactly when it will commence, because I can't wait to see that it will all go well. I'm so happy that such a thing is in place. In fact, you did well by putting such a thing in place, and it has been what we are looking for a long time now. And I thank God that you have the knowledge and understanding. Somebody like you, I don't know how to put it. You are a wonderful person. You listen more than ever. Every day you keep growing and listening.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And many things are coming because Biafra is something that everybody knows how many years people have been fighting for. One thing is that that is our job. Destroying that they're not going to give us a referendum. So more things are coming. We are just going to put things in the right place first. And we have done the major part of it. And that's why this particular, the next phase is coming up now. So after the 2 weeks, Amazon and the is not released. You have to watch it. Just watch and see. Are you still there? I think we lost him. All right, we can't hear from him again. So it is going to be, step by step. And we want Biafra people to understand that we are not going to only benefit on this sit at home by the release of Mazin and come with many beds. Two is that to show that the government of Biafra in exile controls and enjoys the loyalty of 90% or 100% of Biafra people. That's what we are looking for. You're welcome to the program.
Yeah, and just what we are facing here. Everything about this place is backwardness.
Yes.
Nothing that could be your days. Network problem, network problem every now and then. But people will have time to come. Like as I said, we are waiting for the day. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, yes.
Yeah, we're waiting for the day. We're ready. Even if you like put it 1 month, we're ready. We are tired of the thing. They are messing us up. They are doing things that we don't even have homes in our body again. But we want to show them that we have not just bones, we have ions right inside of us. And we can be able to crush anything that will stand against our freedom and the freedom of Martin Nnamdi Kanu.
Thank you.
I thank you so wonderfully. I thank you with all that I have, from the bottom of my heart. I thank you. Keep it up.
Thank you very
God
much.
bless you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. And somebody is writing me that I should stop talking about Tinubu. That the position which I am holding now as a prime minister of the Biafra government in exile is not good for me to talk about Tinubu. Today, who told you that as a prime minister of Biafra government in exile, I am like a prime minister of Finland or a prime minister of United Kingdom? I am prime minister of exile government, which means a rugged government. Rugged. You think I'm a prime minister of United Kingdom? You think I'm a prime minister of Finland or prime minister of Canada, or what we call it? I am a rugged prime minister fighting for freedom in exile. So you don't expect me to come and start wearing tie and suit and start speaking English and start telling you political correctness. Oh, let us not do this. No. If you're expecting that from me, please stop watching my program. I am a rugged freedom fighter in exile. I am not relaxed in Biafra land. I'm not in Biafra land as a prime minister. I'm a prime minister in exile. So you know what that means. If you don't know what that means, go and read what exile means, where somebody is in exile. So you do not expect me to be a gentleman. I'll be a gentleman when it is right time to be a gentleman. And when I will fight dirty when it is time to fight dirty for the freedom of my people. So those of you writing this nonsense that should leave Tinubu and stop circulating picture, you are going to follow me, my picture as I circulate it, even more of the picture of his deteriorating health. If your country president where you live is sick, you're going to say nobody should tell the public that he's sick. You're welcome to the program.
Hello, good evening, my able prime minister.
Good evening from here.
I'm my rugged and ruthless prime minister. I salute you, sir.
You're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. I'm calling in regards of the last four caller that asked about the policing department in Biafra land.
Mm-hmm.
So I want you to deliberate on that particular thing, so that particular security issues or matters about the policing of our home country, Biafra. So I want you to deliberate that issue, make more clarification about that for us being the Biafran, so that we can get the knowledge and have ideas what is coming up. And the state, the country I'm calling from Dubai, and I see how their police system is being taken care of here. All the whole state have their own the way the police secure their particular state, and the way the men Dubai being, Dubai has like 7 states. It's not like Biafra.
Yes.
So Dubai just has only 7 states, and their states, each state has different police system, and they have their ways they do operate. So I want you to deliberate more about that for us to be clarified, because we want that kind of system to be in our homeland, in our mother's land.
Thank you very much. Just hang on. I want you to understand that there is something more important in order for the police to be effective. It is not just having the state to control the police. No, there are more important things that if it is not put in place, even if you like, let your local government handle the police, it is going to fail. Okay?
Sure.
Now let me tell you what it is. What it is what we call the credit database system. The credit and database system. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, so it is called the credit and database system.
Okay.
Now the credit and database system is going to help the citizens of Biafra to stand financially without corruption, without stealing, without criminality, without struggling to make money and entice anybody. Okay? We are going to put up a database and credit system. Once you do that, you have secured the life and the future of the citizen. Now, you begin to implement the laws, the relevant laws that will prevent people from going into crime. Because you don't have any reason to go to crime if you have a shelter, if you have a job, and you can feed yourself, and probably in Biafra, we are not expecting you to have this kind of, you feed your relative, you feed your this one, you pay the school fees of this and that. No. So everybody who is a Biafra citizen in Biafra land will be secured financially and otherwise, in the sense that you are going to have access to education, you're going to have access to free education, you're going to have access to healthcare service, you're going to have access to social service and welfare. So when you have access to all these things, when you have a problem, you have professional, you have a trained social workers that are going to advise you what to do. If you have a financial difficulty, you're going to have experts working under the government to advise you what to do and how to come out of your problem. So it is not like Nigeria today that you do not have the credit database system, you do not have insurance, you don't have anything. So police have to take bribe in order to survive. Okay, so they have to take bribe. They have to collect money. All those things are not going to be in Biafra land. We're going to make sure that each police car will have highest 2 policemen, and you're not going to see firearms anywhere. Police carrying AK-47. We will make sure that that mentality is killed and banned completely in Biafra territory. It is one of the African countries that you're not going to see police carrying AK-47, because you don't have any reason for that. When you have security of the people in the policy of the government secures the future and ensure the life of the people. Why should you carry AK-47? Who are you going to shoot it with? So that's exactly what we're trying to do. So we're going to solve this problem from the grassroots and change the whole thing from the scratch. That is what we are doing now. So when you see all this, our Liberation Army and all the alliances, brothers in arms and all that, all these militants from here and there joining Biafra struggle, they are automatically will become the army of Biafra. And immediately Biafra is restored and become a country, everybody that carry arms to defend Biafra territory automatically becomes our security. So we are going to solve the problem of corruption from the scratch by making sure that we digitize everything from your fingerprint to the credit database system to make sure that everybody in Biafra, even though it is not going to be easy, but your start, you are going to be stable. There is no need for you to go and collect bribe in order to feed your family, or in order to give your brother to pay school fees, or in order to entice anybody. No. And the issue of the housing is going to be also a government housing that everybody will have the right. It is your right to at least have a shelter. So when we have these laws, because a country with law, they always progress. Country with law that respect their law, they move forward, they make progress. That's why Nigeria is not making any progress, because they have law. They never respected their law, even though the law is rubbish, but they still, that rubbish law, they have not respected it. So when you have a country that understands that the law and order is the only way to make progress, you are going to be successful. And that's what Biafra is going to do. So we're going to enact this law which says that it is the right of every citizen of Biafra to have housing and shelter. The law will also say that it is the right of the child to get every maximum protection. So the right of the children, just like as is enshrined in international law, is what Biafra people is going to take seriously, because the children are the future. They are going to be the real future, not the future of in Nigeria. Not this one Nigeria, they say, you are the leaders of tomorrow, you are the future. You can never be. For the past 80 years, some of you were born in 1983, when Buhari was overthrown the government, and you were told while you were going to primary school that you are the future and you are the leader of tomorrow. In 2023, you are now 30-something years. Buhari is still there, dying and limping his leg and trying to be extraordinary human being, while you are struggling to get a job. Okay? And as Buhari is leaving, another ghost is joining him to continue from where he stopped. And you are still being called your ancestor.
Not even good.
Okay. Your ancestor is joining. So we're not going to do that in Biafra. Biafra land, you are going to be really the leader and the future of tomorrow and the hope of the Biafra nation. That is why the right of child is going to be one of the most important things we're going to put into consideration. Make sure that every child in Biafra land have maximum protection, and it is their right, not your right, not the right of the government to protect the child, but it is the right of the child to get every protection, maximum protection from the government of Biafra. Thank you. With this, believe me, we are going to have the best security available on this planet.
I know why I throw that question back, because I want to be clarified.
Yes.
So you know why I throw this question, because I've stayed in this country for over 6 years now, and I've noticed so many changes. I've stayed in different states in this country, and I see how their policing system is being operated, the way they do things and the way they coordinate their things. Policing, let me say, a police system policing Dubai cannot go to Sharjah to make any arrest without taking any permission from that state, that we are looking for social person, social suspect,
yes,
that runs from Dubai to Sharjah. From Sharjah to Ajman, from Ajman to Al-Nada, just there is different states. There are different states in Dubai here, in United Arab Emirates, like 7 states. And again, in this last comment you just made now, you say that they are telling us that we the younger kids are the future leader of tomorrow. That is the word they normally tell the one Nigerian is, because me, I did not believe all those trash.
Yes.
For me, it's a trash, because since when my dad and my mom brought me to this world, I haven't seen any younger generation be the leader of tomorrow. I've never seen it in my life. And Nigeria put us in this mess that we are in now.
Yes.
That makes the majority of the youth left the country to seek to seek asylum or to seek refuge, to look for their future, to look for their green pasture, to help their family back home. They know, yes, quite all right, that their family is suffering back home, but they are still here struggling, seeing how the future is going to be okay for them. You understand?
Yes.
So in this our struggle, because I so much believe in you. I so much believe in you. I started following you since 2019, even before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, listen to Simon Ekpa is bringing new dimension in this Biafran struggle, in this awareness that we are preaching. Before then, I've started following you, your Facebook, your Twitter handle. See, they block your Twitter, your Twitter, the issue. Everything you tweet, I retweet it. Good. You understand? So I don't want anything that after all these things, all this our struggle and the stress you went through will come to an end to the mess that Nigeria, the Janjaweed has put us into. But I believe God that our ancestors, our legends that fought for us, that makes us to be alive. For me to come out this day now and start chanting Biafra. Right from my childhood, I've started saying that I want to be a Biafran effort because I love everything, driving. I wanted to go to Nigeria Army, but my spirit told me that you won't succeed here. Withdraw yourself. I've gotten from just the day of screening, I declined. I said I will not go again. I withdraw from that recruitment because I know definitely that Biafra will come in no distant time. In no distant time, Biafra is going to come. Biafra is my motherland.
Yes, you are very lucky. You are very lucky that you did not join. Who knows what would have happened to you?
During the Good Luck Jonathan's time, that is when I applied for that for that recruitment.
Now they would have sacrificed you at the Sambisa
They could have sacrificed me. I could have been a sacrificial lamb.
Yes.
To the one Nigerian.
And then nobody will remember you again.
You understand? That's why I withdrew myself. My spirit told me because anything my spirit told me to do, that is what I'm going to follow. Because I don't want to make mistakes in life. And I thank God. I traveled out from Nigeria and I saw the light of the world.
Yes.
I saw how the world is being exploded. Because Nigeria is a darkness. Nigeria just makes everybody. I don't just know. Nigeria corrupts everybody's mind. There's anybody that stays in Nigeria will not, think of how the future is going to be bright for him. I'm saying it, and what I'm saying is what is happening. If you travel out, you see the light of the world. You see how the innovation you just made, you just got now. This call I'm calling you now. I did not call you with my number. I call you direct through this website, and it went. Yes. And everything goes, and I'm hearing it loud and clear, and they are hearing me, and the audience is hearing me also. So I really thank you, and I thank God for bringing you to this struggle. Without you, my able Prime Minister, I don't know where this struggle will be.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let us take other callers. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate your time. God bless you and continue your good work, sir.
Thank you. All right, we continue. The line is still open. A lot of people have called. Please make your question very snappy so we can. The line is open for now for other people to call. Hello?
Yes, brother.
You're welcome to the program. I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you so much for what you're doing. I really appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, RPM. God bless you. May God continue to bless you.
Amen.
And, so I will just, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I will just wanted to ask, because they were talking about, the last call was talking about the housing thing. I just thought maybe you haven't had your time to really think about this, or you haven't thought about it. I was just wondering, do you have an idea how we're going to implement the sewage system? I know that is maybe that may not be in your thought yet, but
no, it is
in that sewage system in Biafra land, how we're going to implement that.
It is in my thought.
It's just one of those things. I know the housing over there, we may have to figure out how we can do this sewage system there. I don't know. What do you think? What is it?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. The sewage system is the most important thing after the database system. Okay. So, and that's why we have this digitized map, which I, explained a few days ago. And when you look at that map, you will see that we already started planning the underground train system. Did you watch the program?
I may have missed that.
Did you watch that? You did not watch that program?
Which one?
The program which I explained underground train system.
Oh yes, I did. Yes.
All right. So when you look at as you can see the map, the digital map is on the screen. So the reason why we have this map is to also look at the planning of the sewage and the security system of Biafra. Just like you have it, probably you are in the US, right?
Yes.
Thank you. So just like you have it in the US. Now, when you look at this map, if you are looking on the screen, you are going to see that the state and the capital is well visible from here. And the planning, I think we lost you. So you can hear me anyway. So the planning, I want you to pay attention very, very attentively.
Thus, making the union a sham, so to speak. With the foundation.
Making the union a sham. What it means is that the 1914 union was a sham. Now, you are going to see what sham has done to the people of indigenous people in Nigeria. I want you to listen to the sham. What sham does to people.
Foundation laid, Nigeria continued to grow and develop with agitations by Nigerian nationalists.
Nigeria continued to grow in agitation by Nigerian nationalists. We are not Nigerians. We are growing in agitation. The agitation continued today. It did not stop. It did not start from Simon Ekpa.
For an independent state. In response to the growth of Nigerian nationalism and demands for independence, successive constitutions legislated by the British government moved Nigeria towards self-government on a representative and increasingly federal basis. In 1954, the colony became the Autonomous Federation of Nigeria. By the middle of the 20th century, the great wave of independence was sweeping across Africa. Thus, 46 years after the amalgamation, Nigeria became an independent on October 1st, 1960. When Nigeria gained its independence in 1960, the whole country was agog with celebration. Little did it know that 6 years down the line, a bloody coup would take place, followed by a counter-coup and even a civil war that would claim the lives of thousands of people. The British Empire had earlier claimed rulership over Nigeria, forming the Southern and Northern Nigeria Protectorates. This was cemented by the amalgamation of the two protectorates in 1914 by Lord Frederick Lugard. The British Empire would go on to rule Nigeria for almost 60 years before the motion for independence would be initiated. In 1958, the British had agreed to yield to the demands of independence. After being under British rule since 1862, Nigeria gained independence. Those who played a key role in achieving this great feat included Benjamin Nnamdi Azikiwe, Amadu Bello, Obafemi Awolowo, Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, Fumilayo Ransom Kuti, amongst others. In 1963, Nigeria became a federal republic with Nnamdi Azikiwe becoming its first president. As of 1963, Nigeria was a diverse country with so many ethnic groups. It was not of surprise that at some point, certain groups began to feel marginalized and cried out for proper representation in the corridors of power.
They cried out for proper representation in the corridors of power. Today, the situation have changed completely. They use terrorism to change it. They use aggression to change it.
With its high population mass and larger geographical allocation compared to other regions in Nigeria, the North seemed to have dominated the government from the very beginning, having won 134 out of 312 seats in the first parliament under the Northern People's Congress (NPC). The Igbo-dominated National Council of Nigerian Citizens (NCNC) party had followed behind, garnering 89 seats in the parliament, while the Action Group AG, which represented mostly the Yoruba people, got only 73 seats.
I want you to understand the division, the ethnic differences, the diversity from the beginning. It did not start from Simon Ekpa in 2023. This is the history of 1966.
Within the period, agitations began to arise about the unequal distribution of power across the Federation, backed up by allegations of corruption, anarchy, and rigged elections.
Agitation began to arise because of the imbalance, inequality, rigging, corruption, fraud, and everything. It didn't start from Simon Ekpa. It did not start from Peter Obi. It did not start in 2023. But today, the anarchy that was witnessed as far back as 1960, they are telling you Simon Ekpa is responsible for all the problem of Nigeria, including the scarcity of Naira note. Simon Ekpa is responsible. They accuse Emefiele for working for indigenous people of Biafra, for working with Simon Ekpa to hijack the central bank of Nigeria and turn it into IPOB property. Emefiele was under investigation by DS just before the election. They accused him of being an IPOB member agitating for Biafra within the government. Because of the momentum that these movements have garnered, like never before. Every accusation is Simon Ekpa. When somebody have miscarriage, they say Simon Ekpa agitation gave the woman miscarriage. When somebody could not impregnate his wife or the wife, the person will come back to social media and announce it on Vanguard News. Simon Ekpa agitation did not allow me to sleep with my wife, and for that reason, I could not impregnate her. Everything becomes Simon Ekpa. People wake up and they start to give bounty on my head. $50 million, $50,000 kill him. $100,000 kill him. All in the name of fighting somebody who have researched the history of Nigeria, who know the truth and have solution for the betterment of the people of Biafra. I become a target to many of them. But in all this, I remain the good guy, because at the end of the day, only the truth will stand the test of time. Ask them, are they aware of the history that they are listening to this evening? Is it a lie?
The 1964 elections came up just after the leader of the Western region, Chief Obafemi Awolowo, was tried and imprisoned for treasonable felony, conspiracy, and possession of firearms.
Awolowo was tried and imprisoned for treasonable felony. Awolowo that they are worshipping today in Yoruba land. Awolowo that is the founder of Nigeria. Awolowo Ejamad. All this Awolowo you hear was sentenced and imprisoned for treasonable felony after he was caught with firearms and all that. What was he doing with firearms? Preparing himself for election assault. Now, or election anarchy, election violence. It didn't start today. What was Awolowo doing when he was arrested and imprisoned, tried and imprisoned? They sentenced him, Atorianga. What was he doing? He was trying to probably protect the interest of Yoruba people. He went to the extreme. I want everybody to listen to this. When they come in 2023, they are, everything is on the head of Simon Ekpa. As if there was never anything like 1966. As if they were not 1954, the program where the Igbo people were slaughtered in the north. As if Ndi Igbo and the Biafra people have been treated like other Nigerians. As if there were no problem before 1999. Everybody is now talking, of course not everybody, the idiotic one Nigerian is, Simon Ekpa is the problem. Simon Ekpa is the problem. I want you people to understand that if you continue to follow them, if you continue to attack Simon Ekpa, thinking it's your problem, you are only helping them. If you continue to claim you are for Biafra, but Simon Ekpa is an agent of Nigeria, you are only helping them to destroy Biafra. But you cannot destroy Biafra because we have actually defeated all of you. But I want those who are still hanging on the face, looking for what to hold their hand on. Are you aware of this history? Those who say, sit at home is evil. Sit at home. You are destroying our... No! We have actually found the solution to our problem. Nigeria is not a country you are going to fight with coming to street to demonstrate. They're going to kill everybody. So we have now find a means to fight Nigeria internally. And I don't have no steady. I don't have no internally. I don't have no externally. And I don't have no in diaspora. That's what we are doing. It is called multi-faced war. Multi-faced war. Multi-faced war. Multi-dimensional approach is what we are using to dismantle Nigeria. And it's going to end this year. Somebody said, look at the date. I don't know why you are after date. This broadcast is being streamed on the channel that was created 2 days ago. And because we did not come live, not 2 days ago, yesterday, but because we did not come live yesterday, so it is showing on this particular link. So watch it. Forget the date. I am live. All right. So let us continue.
To the disappointment of many Westerners, Chief Samuel Ladoke Akintola won the October 1965 Western regional elections amidst political violence and rigging. Chief Akintola was considered to be a puppet and a willing tool in the hands of the Northerners.
Chief Akintola, as far back as 1966, was considered to be a puppet of the Northerners. So you see, being puppet of the Northerners, being stooge of the Northerners did not start from Simon Ekpa. Neither did it start from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They have started saying it as far back as 1966, my people. Since 1966, a Yoruba politician called Akintola was regarded as a northern puppet. That he is a stooge of the Fulanese. Then it was Northerners. Now it is more defined to be Fulani. So tell me, Where did this so problem? Is it Simon Ekpa that started saying that Akintola was a puppet of Northern Nigeria? Is it Mazen Kanu that started to say that Akintola is the puppet of Northern Nigeria? Well, Biafra, the one who invented this particular saying that somebody is a puppet of Fulani or puppet of Northern Nigeria? No. But before this particular event, where Akintola was regarded as the puppet of Northern Nigeria, you know that a lot has gone wrong from 1914 to that 1960, something, after 50 years. I want you to listen.
This ushered in the beginning of violence and misgivings in the political system as the results were said to have been vigorously rigged.
Look at the head of the people. Look at the head of the people, of the British people that came to do the deed in Nigeria. Look at the head. Look at the head of the man. If you look at this head of this man, you will know that no Onyoshi Kobo. Onyoshi. If you look at this man, he can man long challenge Onyoshi Kobo. Look at the head. If you see the crooked one, you know. These are the people that came to Nigeria. And remember what they said. They said election violence started. Election violence in Nigeria did not start today. It has nothing to do with Simon Ekpa. It has nothing to do with Biafra. It has to do with the faulty foundation, slavery foundation laid on Nigeria, as they called it, 1914 amalgamation. As a result of a very rotten, faulty foundation that led to the hostility, crisis, killings from time immemorial. It has not changed a bit. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed in Nigeria. And it is getting worse and worse every day. And we are just rising up now, the new generation, to say we must put an end to it this time around. And it will happen this year.
Chief Akintola was from the Nigerian National Democratic Party, NNDP, which many considered to be in close relations with the MPC, and this insinuated that the Northerners were now in charge of the Western region. Refusing to accept this electoral verdict.
You hear that? They said that the person who won the election was seen as somebody who Northerners cannot control. And that becomes a problem. The Northerners could not control him, and it becomes a problem. And that is where the crisis started, because Northerner did not, the person that is very loyal to Northerners did not succeed, and there the problem started. Let us listen.
Many of the political thugs in the Western region resorted to violence in varying degrees, including arson, protest, and murder.
Many of the Westerners, many thugs in Westerners, they started destroying and killing people. Exactly what they did in Lagos after the 2023 general election. It happened in 1960s. My people, 1960s repeating, and worse than 1960s in 2023. How many years? How many years after? In 1960 something, after the election, the same Lagos state, they started killing people. They started burning properties. They started destroying properties of certain group. It did not end there. In 2023, the same thing that happened in 1960 something repeated itself. There is no hope that there is going to be change in Nigeria. Today, the situation is worse. I want all of you to listen.
The situation came to be known as Operation Wetty. The political situation in the West has been described to be one of the triggers for Nigeria's first military coup, which was led by Majors Emmanuel Arinze Ifeajuna in the south and Patrick Chukwuma Kaduna Nziogu in the north.
Now, that particular killings and destruction of properties that you saw in 2023 was exactly what they did in 1966, leading to Igbo high-rank officers to rise up against it. Today, if I happen to be in Nigerian military, believe me, if I happen to be in the Nigerian military and the properties of Igbo is being destroyed in Lagos, properties of their market is being destroyed in Lagos, and they are being attacked and killed in Lagos, and this agitation is going on, I would have done the worst coup. I am telling you the fact. If I happen to be in the Nigerian army today, I would have done the worst coup ever. I am telling you the fact. I will do it. Exactly the same thing. The only difference is that I am not in the Nigerian army today. I am doing it from diaspora. And I'm going to do it better than those who did it in the 60s. They have laid the foundation. Now listen.
By August 1965, the plan for the coup was formed and the recruitment of officers who shared the plotters' ideology commenced. Now, let us take a look at the main players of the January coup. Although there had been rumors of a coup in the wake of the mayhem ongoing in the Western region, nothing significant in 1966. Those who actively carried out Nigeria's first military coup include Emmanuel Ifeajuna, Kaduna Nziogu, Adewale Ademoyega, Timothy Onwatuegu, Chris Anuforo.
Now, you listen to the name called Emmanuel Ifeajuna. Emmanuel Ifeajuna, this was the person who betrayed Ojukwu in the war. After he knew that Nigeria was not working, he was part of planning a coup to overthrow the government. Later, he became the Ifeajuna of today that you see. He became the betrayer of the freedom of Biafra. He wanted to fight against impunity, but wanted to stay within the corrupt and the evil entity, and fought against Biafra. He sabotaged everything Ojukwu did, and that is why he became Ifeajuna. I want everybody to pay attention to this history. Very important.
On Okafor, Humphrey Chukwuka, Emmanuel Nwobosi, Ganiyu Adeleke, John Atom Pera, Fola Oyewole, and Ben Bullier. One persistent myth is that Nigeria's first military coup was led by 5 Igbo majors. The "we were 5 in number" comment by Kaduna Nziogu, made in an interview in May 1967 after the coup, is a source of this myth. The 5 majors myth was later perpetuated by Captain Ben Bullier's book on the coup, Nigeria's 5 Majors, which he admittedly based on a BBC play of the same name. Nziogu's infamous "we were 5 in number" remark made no mention of the rank of the 5. He was simply referring to the coup's 5 designated strategic regional commanders. In fact, 9 majors were originally scheduled to take part in the coup. Majors Nziogu, Ifeajuna, Ademoyega, Okafor, Anufolo, Chukwuka, Obienu, Onwatuegu, and Chude Soki. Shortly before the coup in January, Chude Soki was posted abroad. Obienu failed to show up on the day of the coup, leaving 7 majors as participants. When it came to the coup's execution, the majors designated 5 officers as regional commanders. There were Nziogu and Onwatuegu in the north, and 3 more in the south, which made up Nziogu's "We Were Five" comment. In the south, the head of the Lagos operations was Major Emmanuel Ifeajuna. That makes 3 majors so far. Assassinated Chief Samuel Ladoke Akintola in Ibadan was led by Captain Emmanuel Nwobosi. That brings us to 4, 3 majors and 1 captain. There was no coup in the Midwest because no military formation was stationed there. Lieutenant Jerome Oguchi, however, was dispatched to the east to arrest the premier of the eastern region, Michael Okpara. The identity of the 5th member is the most difficult to determine. Majors Don Okafor and Adewale Ademoyega were given a lot of responsibility for the Lagos branch of the coup, and one of these 2 men was most likely the 5th commander, or it could have been Oguchi himself.
Now, we will stop this particular history from here, and we'll go to the next segment, connecting this particular history today. Having listened to the brief history of crisis, electoral violence, killings, murders of Igbo people and Biafra, the injustices being meted by Nigeria state, controlled by the Fulani British and all that, led to the first coup of 1966, which they tagged Igbo coup, which was a lie. Today, we have come again. I am just making references to how history has repeated itself. You have seen the end and the outcome of the so-called 2023 general election, which witnessed the killings and burning of properties of Ndi-Igbo. Now they have metamorphosed to demolishing the houses of Ndi-Igbo in Lagos. This is exactly what happened in 1966, leading to the coup. Today, we are not talking about the coup. We are talking about exiting Nigeria. And we see that many Biafrans, are, being pushed to go and start fighting our Eastern Security Network and Biafra Liberation is that from today, the 4th day of May 2023, we are recalling all blood-carrying Biafra in Nigeria army being posted to the eastern part and Biafra to resign. If you are a Biafran and resign, if you are a policeman and you are serving Nigeria police in Biafra land, resign. You have from now till the 29th of May to resign and throw your uniform inside the toilet or inside dustbin and burn it. I am very, very serious. Biafra people are liberating themselves, and any visibility of Nigeria in Biafra land, those who have come to kill us, the occupiers of our land, those who have enforced disappearance of Biafrans, those who have been born, those who have come to help the Janjaweed, the Islamic State of West Africa, kidnap people in our land, wearing their army uniform, their police uniform, the civil defense, VSS, and name it. You have from the 4th of May to the 29th of May to 2023 to resign if you are posted to Biafra land. If you are a Biafran and the blood of a Biafran is running in you, and they post you to Biafra land, resign. if you do not join liberation to liberate for the freedom of our people, you may not be around to tell the story. Because everybody that is coming to Biafra land, being posted to Biafra land, is not, you are not being posted to come and confront, to come and start fighting crimes. No. Other criminals, no. Have listened to the video. We are going to the next topic, which is I send a message to King Charles that will be corrected tomorrow. We are going to write him officially. After this broadcast, we are going to write him officially. Other nations have written to him. Other people with Commonwealth nation have. Now the Biafra Republic government is going to also write to him. I want to know what is happening because some of them actually know what is happening. So let us thank you today. Apologize. Compensate us for colonization. Indigenous leaders urge King Charles III. And we are telling him that we are not interested in the apology. We are not interested in his compensation. All we are interested is the freedom of Biafra. If that is going to be his apology, we will write him officially. Leaders of the indigenous people of the Commonwealth on Thursday signed a letter urging King Charles III of the United Kingdom to apologize for the horrific impact of colonization. The part of the horrific impact of colonization is the video I'm just playing to you now, is what is happening in Nigeria. The horrific is not ended yet, and people are demanding apology. How can you be demanding apology of a crime that is still happening? How can you be demanding an apology of a crime that is being committed and is still going on? You can only demand apology when you have solved the problem and then you begin to live with the wound. Not while you are inside the ocean, somebody pushed you and the ocean is drowning you, shark is already coming and opening their mouths to swallow you, and you are inside the ocean shouting, I apologize for pushing me inside the ocean. I apologize for, instead of the person to shout for rescue me. After rescuing the person, you will now start demanding for apology. That is when you have survived. When you have survived, you will now begin to demand apology. How can you be demanding apology when the problem is eating you up and killing you every day? How can you be demanding an apology when there is no peace in Nigeria? Cannot be conducted without people being killed in Nigeria. So the Biafra people, the Biafra Republic government in exile, we are going to write our own letter. It's going to be very different. Different is that we are not begging for, the problem have not ended. So we are demanding King Charles III to begin Biafra referendum of Nigeria. So we don't repeat the Rwanda case. And if it happens that Rwanda repeats in Nigeria, don't blame that we're going to give up our freedom for Taliban to take over, and then you come and start giving up asylum. We want this information to go viral. If you do not support the referendum of Biafra, you are supporting the repeat of Rwanda, and we are not going to be held responsible for it. The opportunity to solve this problem is here and around your table. And allow Nigerian government to keep us, and so that we are going to keep it. You don't know what? Just watch him. So I'm going to address him this week. Tomorrow is the coronation. Many people are going. The monarch's coronation, scheduled for the 6th May, and they brought together indigenous leaders of 12 Commonwealth countries. The countries include Antigua, Barbuda, New Zealand, Australia, the Bahamas, Belize, Jamaica, Papua Guinea, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, and St. Vincent and Grenadines. You can imagine, not even a stupid Nigeria is there. Not even the worst of them all is there. Nigeria is not there. They are pampering the United Kingdom. They are licking their boot and their asses. Nobody summoned courage to even say, let me append my signature in the letter, the so-called letter. Everything in Africa, they are just monkeys. Monkeys. Look at it. Nobody from Africa is here. All of them are in America. None of them from Africa summon courage of Commonwealth within this particular or No, that. Because you don't have leaders. What you have are foolish people, foolish non-entities that are only interested in how to make money from politics. That's all. It's their business. Their business is politics. Look at it. We, the undersigned, call on the British monarch, King Charles III, on the date of his coronation, being the 6th of May, to acknowledge the horrific impact and the legacy of genocide and colonization of the indigenous and enslaved people in this later period. Where have British committed the worst genocide in the history? Is it not in Nigeria? I am asking you. Where have the British committed the worst colonization fraud? Is it not in Nigeria? The amalgamation document. Amalgamation of 1914 became the highest fraud committed in human history. The genocide against Biafra become the world worst genocide after the Holocaust. Is it not true? Now tell me, what genocide did the British commit in those countries that signed this thing? The people that where the genocide was committed, they did not sign it. The Biafra.
All right, thank you very much, our Prime Minister, for your time, efforts. Oh my God, your zeal and your love towards the restoration of Biafra. I don't know who is misunderstanding you and what they intend to achieve doing that. If they had ever in this life believed in Nnamdi Kanu, supported him, clamored for Biafra, so what is the difference between what Nnamdi Kanu was doing and what Simon Ekpa is doing? Absolutely, there is no difference. It's pure wickedness and sheer hatred and jealousy that is driving this force of cohesion. Love what we are doing, join the moving train, support Biafra, pray for our liberation army, pray for ESN. God bless Simon Ekpa, God bless Nnamdi Kanu, God bless Victory Voice TV. God bless you, the listeners. Thank you.